While I started out in PR, really that path goes back to journalism. And it started as a reporter who believed in issues and people and causes. And as a young reporter, I also felt that telling stories and crusading on behalf of justice and what I believed in was a really important part of journalism. And eventually it evolved into public relations and into what I do today. And one of the features that remains the same is people, and that people matter, the issues and the causes that they promote matter, and stories matter. And so in that same way, I'm doing a lot of what I started out doing years ago. I worked around the anti-apartheid movement, and we worked on campaigns that included demonstrations at the South African Embassy. And we worked on the Free Nelson Mandela campaign in the United States at a time when he was in prison. And no one even knew what Nelson Mandela looked like. More than 20 years ago, 22 years ago to be exact, when McKinney Associates put up its shingle, starting in a church basement. We believed that what we were doing mattered, and with the same humility and pride and grit and moxie that started in that church basement on 14th and V Street in the St. Augustine Ecumenical Center, we bring to our work here on the 9th floor of a K Street office suite. It seems like a far distance, but not really, in the sense that McKinney Associates stands for the same kinds of values and issues. And certainly the client work and the times have changed, and so the nature of the work is very different. But the one thing that remains the same is our credo, public relations with a conscience. And we're not hired guns in the sense that just because you can sign on the dotted line, we work for you. No, there is a shared mission and a shared pact between our clients, and just as our clients pick us, we pick them. And that remains a hallmark of the work that we do. Being a woman in a power town like Washington, and especially a few decades ago, and coming to the table and trying to find a place at the table when there's no seat for you. That's often very challenging. And the key is not to feel you don't belong there or you shouldn't edge your way to the table. It's to find effective ways to get there without necessarily turning the table upside down. If you're a woman, especially an African American woman, in a business that is It's dominated by women, but not in the seats of power. And those who are the most powerful don't necessarily look like me. So I think it's having the confidence and belief in yourself, and sometimes that confidence and belief can be misconstrued. You have to believe that what you are standing for is worthy of attention, and then you have to believe in the causes and connect with people who can understand that.